We're still in the full swing when it comes to Daniel Ricciardo's future, as the Aussie has agreed to buyout terms with McLaren for the 2023 season. Although many thought that he will find a seat almost immediately after exiting McLaren, it seems like the two miserable seasons that he had with McLaren took their toll on his reputation, and it seems like he will be forced to take the reserve driver role in Mercedes. However, according to his former boss, Christian Horner, Ricciardo still has a chance for a seat in 2023. What's even more interesting is the fact that Ricciardo left Red Bull in 2018 for one particular team, and Horner lobbying for him does prove an interesting point. Want to find out what he said about the Aussie? Stick around with us until the end of this video. Christian Horner was a guest in Beyond the Grid on F1, and he spoke about many things that have happened throughout his career. He also spoke about Daniel Ricciardo and his future, saying that the most logical solution for him would be Alpine. On the other hand, he has also said that Alpine should take him back, since he is the one that has already proven he knows how to drive the Alpine car in 2020. He's the one who scored the first podiums for them after quite a break. And when he was asked who would be the perfect fit for Alpine, Horner said, "I think I probably would go with Ricciardo, to be honest with you. They obviously know him from a couple of seasons ago, and he was very together during his last season there, scoring podiums, and I think he's the type of guy that I think you could rebuild him." It's obviously not been a great experience for him at McLaren for whatever reason, but you just have to think back to some of the drives that he did for us, some of the wins he had, the podiums, some of the stunning overtakes he was capable of. That's still there, I'm sure. He just needs a bit of a reset. You don't just forget how to deliver, so I hope for him he gets another opportunity and gets himself back on the grid for next year, finished Horner. However, not everyone is agreeing with him when it comes to Ricciardo's future. A former F1 champion said that Ricciardo doesn't deserve a seat in Alpine, and if there is another opportunity provided to him to drive in F1, he should take it without consideration. When asked about why Ricciardo is not being touted as a candidate for the vacant spot in Alpine, Jacques Villeneuve said, "Why would he be? He had 2 terrible years at Renault and 2 even more terrible years at McLaren. That's 4 years. Almost half of his Formula 1 career was bad. Alpine have no reason to take him, especially when he's driven there before. The modern cars just don't seem to suit his driving style. He was impressive at Red Bull. He showed amazing overtaking maneuvers. He was ahead of Max at the beginning, but in the end, Max started to get a handle of him. Then he switched, and after the switch, something seems to have happened that he never managed to get a handle on. He never recovered from that," finished Jack. There is also a consideration from Ricciardo to sit out the 2023 season and then conquer a seat in 2024, which is something that would suit him the best given the fact that there aren't many options left in 2023 for him. But according to Jack, this isn't the best option for the Aussie, as he added, "It could make him lazy. You can take a year off if you're an Alonso, a Schumacher if you've been world champion and won a lot of races. If you know in the paddock that you'll always be at your best no matter what season. After 4 bad years, don't do that. You take what you can get. If you have an offer to drive in Formula 1, then you take every cockpit. In public you will say, I don't want to drive for one of the back teams, but if that's the only contract you can get, then you'll sign it." With that being said, it's even more evident that Ricciardo's future is still hanging in the air, and although he said that he doesn't look anywhere else rather than Formula 1, his options are getting thinner and thinner with every passing day. What do you think about Horner's comments regarding Ricciardo? Do you think that he deserves a spot in Alpine? If you're interested in the Ricciardo saga, click on this video flashing on your screen to know about Hamilton's opinion regarding Ricciardo.